Hi, and welcome to When Your Child is Ready for a Seatbelt. How do you know if a child is ready to use the vehicle seatbelt? You should move your child from a booster seat to a seatbelt once they have outgrown the height or weight limit of the booster seat. For the seatbelt to fit correctly, the lap belt must lie flat across the upper thighs, not the stomach. The shoulder belt should lie snug across the shoulder and chest and not cross the neck or face. Children should move from a booster seat to a seatbelt based on correct fit. We'll get to some fit guidelines in a minute, but before we begin, let's very briefly go over why a seatbelt is so vital to a child's safety, yours too for that matter. The reason why is simple: physics. If a vehicle is going 45 miles per hour, then the child inside is also going 45 miles per hour. And when that vehicle comes to a sudden stop, either from hitting the brakes or a crash, well, the child's body wants to continue moving at 45 miles per hour, which means car seats and seat belts are critical to counteract that motion and limit the amount of force from the sudden stop or crash. A seat belt is designed to slow forward momentum and distribute the force of an impact over strong parts of the body, mainly the upper body, shoulders, and pelvis. By taking all that force and spreading it out, seat belts greatly reduce the risk of serious injury and death. How do you know if a child is wearing their seatbelt correctly? There are a few things to look for. First and foremost, keep the child in the back seat of the vehicle. It's the safest place for them to ride. The child must be tall enough to sit in the rear seat without slouching. Their back should be against the vehicle seat back, their knees naturally bent over the front edge of the seat, and feet flat on the floor. The lap belt must lie flat across the child's upper thighs, not their stomach. And the shoulder belt should fit snugly across their shoulder and chest, not their neck or face. Lastly, do not let the child put the shoulder belt under their arm or behind their back. Remember that distribution of force we were talking about? A shoulder belt in the wrong place means the child loses upper body protection, putting the child at risk of serious injury in the event of a crash. That's it. With those tips in mind, the child in your care is now ready to venture out into the world with you, secure. Please keep children in the back seat until they're old enough to sit up front. We recommend that kids should ride in the back seat until they are 13.